Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have saw part 1, you'll see me customizing this wig and washing it and doing all that stuff to it. So go ahead and check out part 1. So now I'm going to be doing the installation. Right now I'm just cleaning off any makeup residue or oils from my forehead so that I can go ahead and adhere the wig. I did go ahead and put the makeup on the wig off camera. I did not do a ball cap method, but I did put a stocking cap right under it. I just used the Got to Be Free spray as a barrier between my skin and the glue. Seems to work well. So I just put 1 or 2 layers of spray on there. And now I'm going in with my Bold Hold adhesive. Everybody knows about Bold Hold. I am waiting for Erica J's glue to get here so I can do a review on it. But right now I'm just using Bold Hold. Now I am putting it way far away from my hairline because I do not want to pull out my edges with the glue. So that's why I'm bringing it down some. Because I did notice I got glue on my edges and it was starting to pull my edges out. So I decided to bring it down just a little bit further. Now this is the first layer. And I'm just smoothing that out with the rat tail comb. And then you'll see me off you won't see me off camera, but I did go off camera to use my blow dryer. And now I'm adding a second layer. And then I'm going to smooth that out and then let that dry as well. Very easy. I don't like it on my hairline, guys. I mean, it's your preference. I like my edges. So now I'm just smoothing that over. So now I'm going to go ahead and just adhere the front of the wig. So I do the front first and then I do the sides. I'm just adjusting my camera. So you want to be just take your time doing this. Just kind of get it where you want it. Don't push the lace down into the glue until you got the placement correct. So once you got the placement, you can just kind of push it down a little bit to keep it there. Now that is the makeup that I used. I'll leave it in the description box if you are interested, but you can use any type of makeup to put on your lace. I did bleach the knots in a previous video. You guys can check that out. I'll leave it in the description box. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the glue to the sides to adhere that down. And I did a couple layers on the side as well. You're just going to make sure that you smooth everything out. Again, I am keeping it away from my hairline. I like my hair and I don't want to lose my edges. So I'm just smoothing that out. It doesn't take very long to dry. So I went off camera and I used my blow dryer and now I'm adding another layer. And now I'm just going to smooth that out. All right, let that dry. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the other side. So I'm just doing the same process. Just put a couple dots, smooth it out, and let it dry. And you guys didn't see me go off camera, but I did go off camera and I used my blow dryer just to dry it a little bit quicker. So I'm just smoothing that out and letting that dry. All right, last layer going in. I did use more layers on the sides than I did the top because I find that the sides, they don't adhere as well and they don't last as long. So I put just 3 layers. And now I'm doing the other side. So you want to go ahead and just smooth that out. And then while the other side is drying, you can go ahead and adhere the opposite side. So that's what I'm doing now. Pull it down into the glue. Position it however you want it. And then once you got it in the correct position, you can go ahead and just push it down a little bit. You can take your time when doing this. No rush. And I'm just getting the spots that I missed. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. This is the last layer for the other side, and I did miss a little spot right there. That's why I added more glue. So you just smooth it out with the back of the rat tail comb, getting the areas that I missed. I have a not a camera, you guys. I have a mirror down there. That's what I'm looking at. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull the other side down and get it into the glue. All right, I want to let that dry. Make sure that's down. It was a little spot there. All right, so now I'm going to be adhering the size of my head, but first I have to cut the excess lace off. And that's what I'm doing now. It wasn't much excess lace at all. I still didn't remember what size cap this was. It didn't really tell me. I think it was a medium, but you know, I still had a little bit of room. So now I'm just cutting. You guys be careful when you're cutting the sides, because when I first started putting these lace wigs on, you don't want to leave a flap there. You want to make sure that you separate it like I'm doing and just cut that little flap off. There's no need for that to be there. Just cut it right off. Take your time when doing that. So what I did was I just cut around my ear, and then I cut that little extra flap off. Don't be afraid to cut the flap off or cut around your ear. Just get it as close to your ear as you can, and you can take your time with that. I'm just going to cut that right off. Boom. It's off. Now I'm just adhering that down, and I am going to add some glue like behind there just to make it stick. All right, let that dry. Work on the other side. All right, so now we're going to do the exact same thing that we did. I had already cut that side, so it's fine. Just the other side had a little bit more of excess lace. I just added some Got To Be Free spray just to kind of pull my natural sideburns up so it wouldn't be in the glue. Same thing as the other side. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you do like my content, make sure that the notification bell is turned on. So right here, I'm just adding some glue in some areas that I missed. And I didn't use my blow dryer on that part, but you can if you want to speed things along. So now I'm going to be adhering the sides. Almost done. Very easy process. All right, now I'm going to be pushing down the sides, just laying it in the glue. And just a little bit more glue on that side. Make sure it sticks. As you guys know, if you wear front laces, you know those side pieces always come up. I have no idea why, but I put extra glue to make sure it stays for a couple days. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and stick that part down. You can always wipe off the excess glue once you have the wig down. Just kind of push it in there and make sure it's sticking. All right, there's a little piece in the front. You can take your time when finding the little pieces that don't have glue. It's very simple. Now this lace was too dark, and I thought I ordered a lighter lace, but I did go ahead and bleach the knots on the first video, and then I just applied the makeup. I had to work really hard to darken that lace, but the curl pattern was really beautiful. The hair had very minimal shedding, which is great for this texture of hair because it is kinky curly hair and it is 250% density. So now I went in my bathroom, and I'm just going to kind of wet the hair just a little bit so I can tame it a little bit better. And what I did as well, I did add some wax to the part. So right now what I'm doing is I'm using my blow dryer and my rat tail comb to go ahead and melt the lace into my skin. I have it on a medium heat. You don't want to turn it up too high. So now what I'm doing now is I'm going back in with my makeup just to kind of get the areas that I missed. Just kind of get your brush. You want to just tap that into the lace. This is powder. I like to use powder when doing this. I find that the liquid is more oily and it'll pull the lace up, so I use powder. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my Got To Be Free spray, and that will just kind of make not only the lace melt into your skin, but it'll erase the demarcation line as well as help the makeup to blend into the lace. So that's what I'm doing. And I just pat that in. You could take your time when doing that as well. All right. So now I'm just letting this down. I'm going to be working on these baby hairs in a minute. And fixing my parts. Now, if you could see by the part, it looks like it's a little missing a little patch of hair. It actually came like that, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to camouflage it. I'm not sure why that was like that right there, but that's how it came. So now what I'm doing, I'm taking an elastic band and I'm just tying down the perimeter of my hair while I work on the rest of my hair. This is also going to help your lace to melt into your skin. I have not cut my baby hairs, but I did part it out. Now this is me in the bathroom. I'm just kind of wetting my hair a little bit so I can go ahead and add a little bit of product, but I did prep it in a previous video, so I didn't have to do too much. The hair looks beautiful wet, and it also looks wonderful dry. So right now I'm just working the water through the hair. And then I'm gonna fix my baby hairs. It didn't actually take very long at all. So that's a dimming brush that I'm using. You guys can get that off of Amazon. It's very cheap and it works miracles with curly hair. So that's the wet look. The hair is very beautiful. It's very full. It is, I thought initially it wasn't 250% density, but it is. So I'm glad that they actually gave me that, what I asked for. And it's a 13x6 lace front wig. So now I'm just using just a little bit of product because like I said before, I already prepped the wig in my previous video. So I'm just kind of touching it up just a little bit because I ended up filming this the very next day. So that's a new product that I'm going to be using by Lotta Body. And it's a leave-in conditioner. And then they also have the foam, the foaming mousse. Except it's the honey one instead of the blue one that you guys are used to seeing me use. So I'm not putting too much because I already have product in my hair and I don't want to weigh the hair down. But with this type of texture, you got to make sure that it's moisturized and conditioned. So I'm just running my fingers through it and it was so very minimal shedding. I was very impressed. So now I'm just removing that elastic band and I'm going to be working on my baby hairs. I'm going to be cutting them and kind of just putting some mousse on them. So I'm just cutting them down. You can cut them as long or as short as you would like to. It's totally up to you. Now off camera, I did add some wax to my part. And I also added makeup to my part. And then I used my hot comb to kind of lay it down. And I did that around the perimeter of my head as well. So right now I'm just working on my baby hairs. The baby hairs is optional. You don't have to have them. I decided that I wanted just a few and they're not too thick or anything. You can take your time when doing this. I kind of play with it even off camera just to kind of fix it how I like it. So I'm just looking at it, trying to see how I want my baby hairs to go. And I did bring my lace down a little further than what I usually do because I did not want that glue anywhere near my hairline. Gotta take care of those edges. Now there's no real right or wrong way to do this. You just do it until you're satisfied. So now I'm just working on the little piece on the side. Now, I didn't do any sideburns on this one. I just kind of left it as it was because I always do that. So I decided to leave it. Now, later on, I might end up adding some sideburns, kind of tweezing it and doing whatever. But I kind of like what I did with the sides. I didn't want to put really any baby hairs on the sideburns. Now, once you're done with that, you want to tie it down. And that's what I did off camera, as well as the wax, as you can see with the hot comb. And this is the finished look. You guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share my videos. Turn that notification bell on. The goal is still 1,000 subscribers. I do appreciate you guys watching. And if you haven't turned on that notification bell, do so now.